hydrangea that are guaranteed to bloom in your garden, at least for most of us. These are known as summer blooming hydrangeas. One of my favorites is known as the tree hydrangea, Hydrangea tardiva. And you can cut these pretty hard, cut them back sometime in probably February or March, and they produce new growths about 3 feet long. They do like some sun. I'll show you some hydrangeas that enjoy shade in a few minutes, but this is Hydrangea tardiva, beautiful, is just beginning coming into bloom. Fantastic plant for our garden. You can limb them up, you can actually see underneath them. But there are some other hydrangeas that are great for your garden. One of them that, if it gets most of the right conditions, I will virtually guarantee it's going to bloom for you. It's also a hydrangea that can take some bright shade, and it is the Limelight Hydrangea, or Hydrangea Limelight. And you can prune these to any height that you'd want. You can limb them up so you can see through them and underneath them. But the Limelight Hydrangea is probably within my top 5 hydrangeas. Because keep in mind, you know, some of us have issues with the pink and blue hydrangeas blooming for you. I'm Mark Viet, and I live in the Shenandoah Valley, and we get cold temperatures, November freezes, late freezes in the spring, so a lot of the pink and blue hydrangeas won't bloom well for us. But the summer blooming hydrangea that we have here, the Limelight, will bloom in your own backyard. Another advantage with the Limelight Hydrangea is that you can limb them up so you can see what is underneath them. And here we have Lily of the Valley, a beautiful patch of the variegated Solomon seal that my grandfather in the 40s was the first person to bring into the United States. So being able to see through your plants gives you an illusion of a larger garden. There are some other hydrangeas you can grow. If you have a shady garden, now remember, morning sun can be considered dense shade. Afternoon sun is a little more sun, almost can be full sun, but you also have filtered sun or bright shade that you will see shadows throughout the day. The one hydrangea that is finished blooming that can handle more shade is the oak leaf hydrangea. In fact, it's probably given that name because of a leaf that resembles an oak. So remember, the oak leaf hydrangea is great for gardens that have a little more sun. One of my favorite plants, just so you know, I talked about it before, is the hardy plumbago. And here, probably my #1 favorite hydrangea that you can have in the garden is going to be Hydrangea Annabelle. When this hydrangea comes into bloom, probably latter part of June, it has green flower buds So it looks very green. Then it turns pure white, like the Limelight Hydrangea to my right or your left. And then as it finishes blooming, it turns lime green again. Annabelle Hydrangea fills an area in. At some point, this whole area will be solid. And once they begin to turn a little lime green, you can dry them. And they really make the best dried flowers for flower arranging. If you have 4 or 5 of these in a single vase that are dried, that means no water. And so my dad has a lot of these, and in his house he has vases that are filled with these. Now they may collect a little dust, so he just dries a new batch for another year.